The Season of Discovery need changes. Yes, a huge amount of them in fact. A lot of changes are required. But still, this is the best thing that has ever happened to World of Warcraft, that's also for sure.
As you guys probably are well aware of, Season of Discovery has been an absolutely massive success so far. All across Azeroth, people have been out looking for runes, forming new guilds, and just falling in love with classic World of Warcraft all over again. And it seems like Blizzard has been having a great time too, just judging from the tweets that we've seen.
What is this? Warlock tank, rogue tank, pulling boss on my hunter. I'm sorry, but I have not seen a single person rogue tank just yet ever, okay? The rogue tank idea seems to be like an absolute disaster, not gonna lie. Furthermore, the rogue tank rune is behind the most expensive, long-lasting quest in all of the game. The Ratchet to deliver 3 quests in tank. That thing is way too expensive just to get a tank rune that probably no one ever uses because rogue tanks are objectively failures at this point in time.
Everyone's happy. I'm happy. You guys, hopefully, are happy. Blizzard seems happy. Season of Discovery is great. The hidden runes, the crates, the new quests, the new raid, PvP and
crates are stupid.
Ashen Vale and so on and so forth. But the question is, this is just Season 1 of Season of Discovery. What about Season 2, Season 3, and Season 4? How can Blizzard continue on this streak of success? How can they continue to make...
Season 2 is when the bad things, by the way, happen. Because runes and the quests tied to them are object failures, by the way. Oh, they're fun, don't get me wrong, but runes are so bad as designs. First of all, the fact that you actually need to manually apply them to the piece of gear you want. You can't just click on them. Blizzard, please, what year is this currently, okay? It doesn't matter that we're playing Classic. Every single person in the world wants to just single click on a rune and it automatically changes. Do it, please, I'm waiting. In any case, for now, we're talking about only 12 runes. Okay, that's not honestly that much. You get probably the most impactful, the best runes also for free while playing. But that all will change. Because the next level bracket is a lot more zones that you can go through. A lot of different things, in fact. And that's when runes are going to become annoying, if there is a continuation to runes. Because if a new person comes to Season of Discovery and the level cap is 60... they're gonna have to farm, what, 100 different runes? That is gonna be absolute insanity. 50 different runes per class and you need half of them. You're gonna have, the average person is not gonna want to spend 5 days going around Azeroth and collecting runes. That's not happening. And keep in mind, even when it's gonna be Season 2 or Season 3, just from this Season of Discovery, the same effect is also going to apply. Because currently there's 12 runes. So you are looking up where to get them and blah blah blah. But when the level cap is going to be 45 or whatever, people already are not going to look up where they need to get these runes. And that's going to be a disaster. Okay? So, as I said before Season of Discovery came out, I think runes are going to be a disaster. The fact that there are quests tied to that stuff, okay? I don't want to do quests. Those quests are boring, first of all. They're lame, second of all. And third, no one wants to honestly do them. They're new, cool, but you know, if people had the chance to do the quest or just learn the rune, everyone would pick just learning the rune. And that needs to change.
Make Season of Discovery better and better in the future. So I've compiled 10 simple suggestions that I think would make Season of Discovery really cool and that much better in the future. Some of them are going to be very simple. I've saved the best for last, of course. Guys, let's dive in. And of course, these are all just my ideas. And if you guys have any suggestions for Season of Discovery, dude, now is the time to say it, okay? Pandas. Blizzard is paying attention to the community, obviously. And so,
are they, though? Are they really? I mean, 60+% of the average hunter's damage is just done by a pet's poison ability. So are they really paying that much attention? I don't know about that one, Chief.
leave a comment. Before we get into my suggestions though, do have to give a quick shout out to Zygor, this channel's sponsor. If you are looking for
gold
the ultimate
selling, nice.
leveling, achievement collecting, gold, spirit of Season of Discovery added to the game. In the spirit of Season...
Wait, what? What was this? More items in the game. True!
Items being added to the game. In the spirit of Season of Discovery, one of the things that Blizzard should do is just add more items into the game that can be found. New swords, new armor, new whatever. One thing in particular that I especially would love to see them add into Season of Discovery is more set items. And I've talked about this in multiple videos throughout the years, which is why I'm making this the first point, because many of you guys have probably heard this rant before. But more set items being added to the game. Everybody loves, for example, the Druid of the Fang set, the Defias set, the Scarlet Crusader set from SM. People love item sets in MMOs. Why not bring some
I don't. Yeah, I really don't.
Item sets to low-level crafting? If you complete the whole copper chain vest outfit, maybe you get like +1 stamina or something. Maybe there's item sets hidden in the open world, in Elwyn Forest, in Westfall, in Loch Medan. It doesn't have to be in the starting zones necessarily, but in Silverpine Forest, Loch Medan and stuff, maybe you can find a piece of a set that one piece drops off of mobs in the open world, one piece needs to be crafted by a crafter, like a leather worker or something, another piece can be found in a dungeon like Dead Mines, and then completing this set gets you a really cool bonus. Items...
That would be nice, but honestly, if it's not pre-biz, then does anyone even care nowadays? I don't think so.
And that sort of pursuit of new items is one of the things that really motivates adventure in classic World of Warcraft. So adding more items to find in the world would be really cool, especially really flavorful items. Blizzard could just go all out with their sets and the bonuses that they could offer. Obviously, you don't want to make them too crazy because they're just, you know, low-level sets, but more items to be found in the game to inspire that sort of sense of going out and crafting and engaging with the community, like, hey, where do I find the shoes for this set, you know? Whatever. So that's my first idea. The second idea that I have is actually not really my idea, but it's a criticism that some people have been bringing up, which I don't necessarily know if I agree with this, but one of the criticisms that I've seen popping up on my YouTube channel in the comment sections is because of the rune system and because of the new abilities that we're getting in Season of Discovery, the world feels a little bit easier than it should. You know, classic WoW, it's not like the world is like insanely dangerous. I mean, it's not Dark Souls, but classic WoW does have that element of, hey,
No, nah. The runes didn't make the game easier. It's the fact that everyone has a questing add-on. Well, a lot of people have that questing add-on you need to pay for, which is stupid, by the way. You can get the same outcome with Questy. I am blatantly sure, without ever have seen or used the pay-to-win questing add-on, that it does exactly what I do, by the way, for the easiest questing in the game. You know what I do? I do the easy quests in the starting zone, get all the experience from all the quests I can, and then I do quests that are 1 or 2 levels below me. And that way, every time that I go to a place, I don't have to worry about the mob being 3 levels above me, because they're typically 2 or 3 levels below me. And I just do this between Buttons and Silver Pines. And that's it. You don't actually even need to add anything else. Well, a little bit of Stone Talon Mountain is not bad to add in a little bit at the very, very end of 25. But, you know, it's so easy. I'm literally never under any danger, almost ever, of being killed by a mob because it's 2 or 3 levels higher than me and it parries 25 trillion attacks in a row. Super simple.
The world ain't no joke. You gotta pay attention. You don't want to be pulling too many mobs at the same time. Classic is not retail. And some of the criticisms that people have brought up is that, you know, giving that Paladin Crusader strike and, you know, Seal of the Martyr and just whatever is making the world a little too easy.
I mean, in general, if you do what I do with the leveling, and you're, for example, playing Shaman, which I am doing, and you get Lava Lash, well, I kind of understand the easy part. Because if you're fighting mobs that are 1 or 2 levels below you and you have Lava Lash with a Shaman, you're you're literally just non-stop breezing through 3 or 4 mobs at the same time, and they're not even damaging you. And then you need to stop to drink. It is crazy.
In my opinion, I don't know if I fully agree with that, but you know, I'm also at the same time completely open to the idea of classic WoW being buffed a little bit, not necessarily in just increasing mob health and increasing their damage, but maybe taking a step towards the idea of giving mobs in the game in future, you know, Season 2 zones of Season of Discovery, maybe giving those mobs a little extra bite instead of...
No, I am completely against that, by the way. Okay, the leveling experience already is long. Let's face it, it is long. It's classic at the end of the day. And again, if you're not in a situation where you are fighting a mob that's a level or 2 levels below you, or even your level, the extra HP is enough. The extra HP is 100% enough to make you feel not overpowered, you know? It's not really fun, you know, pressing the food and drink button after every single pull, you know? If we can do it after every two mobs that we kill, that's fine.
Instead of just bark, in giving them new abilities. Maybe warlocks in Felwood, whereas before they would just wail on you with their staff and then occasionally cast a shadow bolt. Give them an immolate that they can cast on you. Maybe a wolf in a zone can howl and it can fear you and stuff. I don't know, you know, maybe bringing a little bit of...
Oh yeah, people would love that. I'm sure no one would.
More danger into the world. I mean, it really can't hurt. At least I don't think so. What do you guys think? Number 3. Now this is something that's my idea, okay? This did not come from any comment section. One of the things that I would love to see in Season of Discovery is discoverable runes that give to you new talent trees. Or rather,
oh no!
Discoverable runes that give to you entirely new talent options. Let me give you an example. You're playing a warrior, and as you're going through Stormwind, you find a book on swordsmanship, right? You know, swinging a sword better, you know, different combat techniques, whatever. You read this book, and by doing so, you unlock an entirely new talent option for your arms warrior tree that is maybe, you know, like a 5 out of 5 thing that slowly maybe increases your crit with swords as you spec into it. Maybe as a shaman, for example, you find some sort of secret place hidden in Feralus, and by discovering this location and gathering the power of the spirits that are located there, you get this new talent option to maybe spec into improved chain heal, improved, you know, healing touch, you know, whatever. Your heals are improved because you're more in communion.
No. Again, we're already... No one... Okay, when level 60 hits, not a single new player is going to be joining Season of Mastery because there's just going to be too much homework to do. Get 80 of these 100 runes because maybe the meta changes. It's not happening. Talent points? No. Then people are probably not going to even join the game on level 45? What was 35, 40? What was it? I forgot. But people are not going to even join then. It's going to be a disaster.
With the spirits or something. Don't just give us new spells to potentially play with and customize, but also give us more talent options that we can play with and customize. That would be interesting. It would be a complete nightmare to balance, but at the same time, it would be really cool being able to really craft...
I mean, yeah, Blizzard's not balancing anything, okay? As far as I can... Again, the fact that Blizzard can see DPS logs of any character in the game, and they have combined Excel spreadsheets that literally are putting hunters at 50% more DPS than any other class. And when you look into it, even a blind man can see that 60% of the hunter's damage is done by a stupid scorpion pet and its skill poison. You got issues. But Blizzard took 15 years to nerf that. Or it's still not nerfed. Yesterday there was a big shaboozle about that, so maybe it got nerfed, I don't know. But yeah, Blizzard's not nerfing or buffing anything reasonable. There are already runes that are blatantly busted. And there are runes that are blatantly useless.
Your character into the character that you truly want them to be. Number 4, discoverable runes that just alter already existing spells instead of just giving us new spells. Back in the day when Blizzard first announced Inscription in Wrath of the Lich King, one of the things that they said was that Inscription was just going to alter already existing spells. One of the examples that they gave
Inscription was great.
Was the idea that Pyroblast actually has a knockback effect. And I think that Blizzard could bring this idea back with Season of Discovery, giving you the option to maybe alter a select number of spells, maybe 3 or 4 or something, and giving to them new powers and new abilities. A mage might find a book located in a mage tower that alters their Pyroblast.
No, again, he's completely wrong about adding new things to find in the world. It's gonna be a disaster. Again, I think Season of Discovery is already gonna have huge problems on the next level cap, just because there's gonna be probably too much things for new people to find anyway. But you know, the longer it goes, the worse it's gonna get.
Ability, if they want to do this, where Pyroblast takes even longer to cast, but it fires at 3 targets instead of just 1. Combine that with Presence of Mind in the Arcane Talent Tree, that would be pretty cool. You could even have an ability alteration thing where when a paladin bubbles, it's like a burst of light, and so all the enemies, like, you know, surrounding the paladin, they get blinded for a few seconds because boom, you know, the bubble pops. You know, so it's just a way of doing a little bit of, I guess, crowd control as well as, you know, protecting yourself. So, but you know, whatever, you could really go all out with these abilities. I just think it would be cool to bring back that original idea of Inscription and bring it into Season of Discovery. Number 5, more class quests. People love class quests in Classic WoW, and you can never go wrong.
I'm a rogue. I literally have hated every single class quest ever. They're stupid.
Wrong with adding more of them. Right now, for example, I am on the class quest as a paladin to get my level 20 blue hammer, and it's been a lot of fun doing dead mines, traveling to Loch Madan. I'm going to be streaming me doing SFK here soon to get the hammer piece. It's cool, dude. I even have to go into Ashenvale, the world PvP zone, to get a gem from the frickin' elite mobs right outside the new raid. So this is going to be a little bit of a pain to do, but it's fun. You know, people love class quests, man. And I don't see why Blizzard can't maybe add some more into the future with Season of Discovery. Maybe have a class quest every 5 levels instead of every 10 levels. And as we all know, some classes, you know, you get a couple of class quests in the beginning, you know, for the first maybe 30 levels or something, and then it kind of trickles out. And then, you know, you don't really have any more class quests to do. So, you know, maybe making it so that every class is guaranteed to have a new class quest every 10 levels, that would be neat. Number 6. This one as well is very simple, but just add new quests to the game. There are some places in World of Warcraft Classic that are obviously not finished. Ajara, Tanaris, you know, for example. And there are also some areas that you wish that more quests existed in that zone, but unfortunately they don't. An example would be like Silverpine Forest, one of my favorite zones, but there's really not a lot of questing content there. I mean, there's some, but it doesn't feel...
True. I don't know how you're supposed to hit level 20, by the way, in this zone if you're only playing in this zone.
I feel like there's enough. So maybe adding more quests to familiar zones would be cool, and not like a lot, you know, not like adding like, you know, a dozen new quests per zone or something. But
so what does he have here? Serpent weed, whatever it's called. The turtle shell quest. This is zebras, probably, by the raptor heads. And what else do we see here? I don't know. Looks like the Quillbore Tusk quest is here. Yeah, well, that's how it pretty much looks.
Just a few every now and then that you can do on the side. As long as the new quests don't create some sort of linear path in the zones, and the quests are very classic in nature, that, oh, you know, it's going to send you off here, and you're going to be collecting some stuff here, and, you know, you're really going to be going on an adventure, I think adding new quests would be awesome. Number 7, new zones. New quests, new zones. Obviously, like, this is something that everybody wants, including me. There is that whole little hidden zone in northern Lordaeron called Northeron, as some people have called it. I don't know if that's officially its lore name, But if you were to go there, there's just the old High Elf ruins just sitting on that one little area, you know, next to the ocean. You know what I'm talking about. Why not expand it? Really make it a brand new zone that players can go to. Bring Gilneas into Classic WoW. I mean, why not? Blizzard could bring us a new zone maybe every 2 seasons of Season of Discovery. And then when Blizzard maybe decides to do Season of Discovery 2.0, where they reset it all and they do this all again, they can have everything that they had in the original Season of Discovery, including those new zones, and then they can add even more zones in this second playthrough of SOD. I mean, I don't know.
Well, at some point that's gonna happen. At some point they will definitely add new zones. I think everyone understands that that's 100% happening.
Like just more new zones being added into Classic WoW would be really cool. The only thing is capturing the Classic WoW art style might be a little difficult for the current Blizzard artists because, you know, let's be real, you know, technology has changed a lot, and trying to create some low polygon, low textured objects in a new zone would be a little tricky, but I don't know. If Turtle WoW can do it, I don't see why Blizzard can't do it. Number 8. So here's the thing. At BlizzCon, Blizzard told us about Season of Discovery, and they told us about a lot of things that were coming with this new installment to Classic WoW. We knew about the rune system. We knew about the new raid. We knew about the PvP zone. But the thing is that when SOD came out, we didn't know about, for example, the crate system. We didn't know exactly how we were going to get the runes, if they were going to be attached to quests, if they were going to be like objects that you find out in the world. We didn't know. And so one of the things that Blizzard needs to do with each season of SOD is keeping some things under wraps. So this isn't really a particular thing that they should add, but more of like a mentality that they should have going into the future.
It seems he's not going to talk about the guilds, huh? Yeah, it seems like he's not going to talk about guilds at all. Yeah. Okay. One of the things in Season Discovery that is actually really bad currently is guilds. Turns out 10-player raids are kind of really shit for guild mechanics. Yeah, turns out there are guilds that legitimately function with 250 players currently, and if you are not in the inner circle of people that they know and blah blah blah, you're probably not getting in those groups. You know, if you do, it's probably based on luck. There are guilds that run 4 to 5 raids a week, and some run even more. I think even the smaller guilds, the most closely knitted ones, run at least two raids per week, right? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing because, you know, the new raid doesn't take too long, but at the same time, it is horrible for guild dynamics because people with 40-man guilds, you knew people, and a guild's goal was to be 40-man. That was the goal of the guild. 40 men that they can actively, constantly raid. But with 10-man raiding, like, there's no guild cohesion. A lot of people are joining guilds and literally not even getting a peep of that social aspect. And the social aspect of the guilds in Classic is one of the best things ever, honestly, in my opinion. Maybe you're a shut-in loser who should probably delete their Minecraft character, but most people aren't. Most people kind of communicate in the guild to some level. And if it's a huge guild, you can't do that. And then you can't get into the raids because who are people going to invite to the raids even if there's a sign up? Well, they're going to invite the people who they know. And when you're in a 200-player guild, how do you get in a guild unless you specifically talk to someone to beg to be taken with or something like that? You know? And in smaller guilds, okay, you're running 2 raids, but that's 20 people. The moment the end game hits, you're gonna have to have 40 people again. Like, when 40-man raids hit, it's gonna be a disaster. These 250-player guilds are gonna collapse. These 20 people guilds are gonna also collapse. Because when a guild needs to come together with another guild or they need to merge, it's always kind of stupid and painful and whatnot. But, you know, it is really annoying. The 10-man raiding scene has completely, essentially demolished guilds and the social aspect of guilds currently. At least that's my experience. Maybe some people will disagree, and that's fine. But you know, people like Nixium obviously would not know that because they have a guild, and everyone in the guild knows that this is a guy. You know, so for people who are popular on the internet, yeah, guilds aren't obviously ever a problem, right? Because guilds are pretty much just structured around them to a certain degree. But for normal people, I don't know. Guilds currently seem so sad. I have seen so many people just, you know, join a guild in hopes that they can raid. Then they don't get taken into a raid because no one knows them. Well, what do you do? Off to the next guild. What else? Yeah, it's really bad, and I think this is gonna burn out a lot of players because getting to raid is pretty hard. And also, a super huge minus that actually Season of Discovery has done is on the Horde side. And that is the fact that Horde have Shamans and Alliance have Paladins. Shamans at this point are using leather. So there is so much unbelievable friction for all the leather melee DPS gear. There's just unbelievable friction. Every raid sign-up that I'm currently seeing has, well, two-thirds of the raid are literally melee leather-wearing DPS at this point. It is crazy. And even the tanks are shamans, by the way, in a lot of cases. Because shaman tanks are really good, turns out. You know, they have good AoE, they have good single target damage, they have everything for shizzle, boy. You know? There's a lot of problems with that. And I think because of this, there's a chance the Season of Discovery does not survive to maturity. Because guilds are what makes Classic WoW playable for a long time at the very end. No one without a guild has played Classic for an extended period of time. And this current situation that we are in does not really promote good guild play activity or cohesion or whatever.
Future seasons. Yes, tell us that in Season 2, for example, you know, Fellwood is going to be like the new PvP zone. But don't tell us, for example, that in Fellwood, if you do these certain things, you will, like, spawn a world boss or something. Yeah, maybe tell us that, okay, each class is going to get 5 new runes, you know, with the next season of SOD, but don't tell us that we can...
That's not a lot of runes, by the way. For the next season, you know what I want? I want new runes, at least 10 of them, and a new gear slots. Yeah, I'm done with the gloves. I'm done with armor. I'm done with legs. I want boots and whatnot, baby. Okay. I want new slots.
Cover, you know, those findable new talent options that I mentioned earlier in the video. That's just a completely brand new thing that we were not expecting. Bring something unexpected and unannounced with each season of SOD just to surprise all of us. I think that would be cool. Number 9, a new profession, Bard. Classic WoW is unique in many ways, and one of the things that makes Classic WoW unique is its community element. Whenever you log into Classic WoW, you are pretty much guaranteed after a certain level to end up in a group with several people or just one other person for a quest, for a dungeon, for something. You really can't escape the group element of Classic WoW, which is one reason why the game is so special. So create a profession that actually capitalizes on this. In my opinion, it could be the Bard. Now, this is something I've talked about in past videos over the past like 4 or 5 years, but have a
Bard's not
Bard
happening.
profession very similar to Star Wars Galaxy's Entertainer, where a Bard can stand in like an inn or in a city or just on the road somewhere, and they can play music and play different instruments that they unlock over time, and you can actually sit and listen to a Bard. And by sitting and listening to a Bard, you will actually get rested experience that you can actually watch slowly increasing over time the longer that you are sitting there and listening to this person's music. Now, obviously, most people are just going to walk up to this bard, for example, sit there and not say a word. But while you're sitting there for 10 minutes or so waiting for your entire experience bar,
or maybe the Alliance. Oh, the Horde's gonna probably talk about some degenerate stuff.
to become rested, this is an opportunity for you to sit down and talk to your fellow adventurers in Azeroth and be like, so guys, like, what's the plan? Or like, you know, how are you guys enjoying this? Or it's just an opportunity for social interaction. And I think
all of them have the same red outfit. I don't remember, was this Veiling? I don't remember, was this RFK or what? But yeah, everyone has always the same red outfit. I don't remember if this was the most common quest one, or if that's just the RFK green drop.
just an opportunity for social interaction. And I think that's something that Classic WoW has always done well. It doesn't force you to socially interact, but it gives you all these opportunities to do so that just kind of naturally encourages you to do it. So maybe having a profession like Bard that brings people together would just add to that. And number 10, I saved the best for last, but before I go into it, I just want to say we are nearing 500,000 subscribers on Nixium.
That's a
so
lot.
if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. I, of course, would appreciate a like on the video to help with the algorithm. But let's just dive in and let's talk about...
Honestly, if I was him, I would not be asking for subscriptions. Man, yeah.
Number
not
10.
helping.
Number 10, a weapon of legend. A long time ago in World of Warcraft's history, back in original Classic WoW, players for years were searching for how to get a certain legendary weapon that existed in the data files of the game, but nobody knew how to get it. This weapon, of course, was the Ashbringer. Now, in Naxxramas, you could get the corrupted Ashbringer from the Four Horsemen fight by killing Mograine.
Okay, I think every single person knows exactly what he's talking about. It would be cool. Anyway, that was Nixium. Good stuff, good stuff. Man, a lot of things need to change. I really want to see if Season of Discovery completely does not just melt down on the 3rd level cap, because there's just too much stuff to find. Imagine telling someone, hey, you need to log into World of Warcraft, now you need to make an account, and now you need to farm these 53 runes. Yeah, no, I'm fine, Chief, I'm fine. That would probably be an ironic situation. Anyway, this was Kuzer Said, thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.